Dow hits 25,000, but something fishy's going on. What's up, everybody? Welcome aboard. It's Bubba's Daily Update, and Dow hit 25,000 about 8:38, 9:38 Eastern Time this morning. And of course, it's pretty easy to call. The markets were way up anyways, and not that we are surprised that it hit 25,000. I think it was a given. My only sadness is I was a week off. I think that, again, we're not going to get in the way of this. It's a freight train that is continuing to push higher. I think that you saw some interesting things in the markets, though, and to me, there's something fishy going on underneath the surface. So let's take a look at what was going on. And of course, NASDAQ was a little bit weaker today after being much higher earlier. It fell pretty hard, and actually, I believe turned negative for a while, at least in the futures. The Dow futures and the S&P were strong, but not as strong as you might think, and they didn't have a real explosive close. It was more of a wishy-washy close. The Russell, again, was weak among the group. So, again, look, I'm not going to say it's not going higher. That's the point. It is going up. And of course, the VIX was lower, but it came back late in the day and is not really down. It's within, let's say, unchanged area. So that is, exactly what you'd expect. But you would expect, if the market's going to be really strong here, you'd expect even a little bit more downward momentum in the VIX. But it is, of course, at 9. So, where's it going? To 0? When we look at the other things, so the things that we see, oil continues to pop higher. This fear trade is really driving the oil markets crazy. Another big drawdown, but again, I believe that oil is extremely overpriced in these areas here. But again, we can't step in front of this either. This is the same thing that we look at. As soon as it starts to show its hand that it might start to go lower, then we would want to get in. But as long as it's going up, there's no reason to try to stop it from going up. We had that example today in feeder cattle. In the agriculture markets, and of course, people wanted to get short, and I said, well, just wait until we can see the market start to go down. So we did see it later in the day, and we sold them, and of course, they ended up closing down on the day, and that's what you're kind of looking for. Fat cattle was okay, and hogs, of course, looked to be in trouble. Looked like they're going back down to 66. I think when you look at the grain markets were a little bit soft, but not that bad. I mean, again, they've been up a couple of days. Certainly a little bit of softness isn't going to hurt anything. But I think the real story here is gold. All right, gold was much lower yesterday on the FOMC minutes, then rallied all the way back. Overnight, it was much lower, took out yesterday's low, and then came all the way back, and then was up almost 10 bucks at one time. So now it's very tricky. Why is gold rallying? There's got to be some reason behind that. Gold just doesn't take off to the upside like this, especially when it's up like 100 bucks almost from the lows. So there's something there. There's a message, and I don't know what it is yet, but there's a message there, okay? Bitcoin was relatively flat and stable again, so it looks like it's calming down a little bit. Now, again, that'll calm down until it doesn't. And, of course, I expect it to be really volatile. But the other markets were, bonds were up and down and right around that unchanged. Of course, we're all waiting for the jobs report tomorrow. Now, ADP jobs, which is the private sector, came out with 250,000. But their number is never accurate, so let's not base anything on them. But I think the key is not the amount of jobs we're getting. The key is going to be, is there going to be any real wage growth? And I don't think there will be, and I think this will be more of the same crappy little jobs, and that's really the more important thing to look for here. You've got the whole world is piling in. Margin debt at record highs. As I wrote yesterday, the trading world has gone mad. And again, we're not going to say it's going to stop anytime soon. They'll go up until they don't go up anymore. And until then, again, we'll look for opportunities. We'll trade either side of the market. But I think you saw some potential weakness coming in, and we'll see how it trades out. But we're not going to get anything too aggressive here because we still do not have enough volume nor volatility, and not even the VIX volatility, but the price volatility. So we want to see some two-way trade. Again, traders don't care if it goes up or if it goes down. We just want to see ups and downs so that you have an opportunity. At the end of the day, I don't think we're as in great a shape as we think we are in the economy. But remember, stock market and economy have nothing to do with each other. That's the one thing to always remember. Because remember, there ain't no free lunch, and we got to see what's going to go on here. In the meantime, debt continues to go up. We're not going to get involved. We're going to watch. That's really what it's all about here now, is not getting too crazy and trying to say, okay, this is the top. I would have thought that it would have sold off from 25K. It did not. So now we'll see where it's going to come from. I will say that there will be a sell-off in the next couple of days, which will be fairly healthy. Now, that doesn't mean that's the end. That just means what we think we're going to see. So at the end of it, let's see what the jobs have to do tomorrow. That's probably going to be the key number for now. We've got everything going on. In the meantime, don't forget to check out my highschoolinvesting.com website. It's our 7th year where we support it, and we're looking for help from you if you want. And that would be go to patreon.com/Bubba Trading. That's Patreon, patreon.com/Bubba Trading. And if you do, you're going to get membership into the high school investing site, in which means you can then do some of your own pre-work and try to learn options and things from the beginning. Also, don't forget to get the Bubba Show every single day at libertytalk.fm, 2 to 3 Eastern time. And no football again tonight, but since I'm not going to be here back till the weekend show, I will give you my picks for the weekend, and we're going to take Atlanta is our best bet. You think they may win straight up. We're going to take Buffalo. We're going to take Carolina, and we're going to take, I can't remember who the other favorite is, but they are a favorite. I can't remember, I'm sorry. Kansas City. Okay, that's who our picks are going to be for the week. Anyways, everybody have a great day. Have a great weekend. This is Bubba's Daily Update. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time.